So welcome to tonight's show. I have all this stage lighting, and I've tried to adapt it for making the screen green, and you know it's important to have a green screen. You don't want to have one of those other screens that aren't green, because they're not green, and I'm sure that when I've finished with this, the technology will be sufficiently advanced that my green screen, which I have only had for 6 months, will be obsolete, and it's well on its way to becoming obsolete. So I guess I got ripped off again. Well, technology rips us all off. I should go through my box of stuff from when I got my first computer, and then all the crap that I ended up with, and I just stuck it in a big box somewhere. I had a big box full of stuff that's like weird USB connections and weird kind of gadgets and things that made things supposedly sound better, and they still sounded like shit because the bandwidth wasn't there at the time. But I collect this stuff, and I don't know why. And I've got all this stuff. I'm surrounded by stuff that I don't need. After a lifetime spent collecting stuff that you don't really need, well, then you end up with a bunch of stuff that you've never really used, and that just creates more problems for you in the event of nuclear Armageddon, which is becoming a distinct possibility if you read the news today. Oh boy. So rather than worry about nuclear annihilation and having too much stuff, look around you and see what's important. Is it the stuff you own? I don't think so. Is it the people that you love? Oh, maybe we're onto something now. And it doesn't matter if we're all glowing and shiny, because if we're all glowing and shiny and dying of radiation poisoning during a nuclear winter, so if the radiation poisoning doesn't get you, the starvation will. But it might fix the climate, nuclear winter, so there you go. You can say that it's a scientific advance. Yeah, remember that old song, don't worry, be happy. Yes, we can be happy when, well, what we used to call superpowers are beating the war drums. So where do we go from here? Oh, well, it's just take a trip down to South America or Ecuador and see what the floods are doing. That's before, of course, the fires and the reservoirs run dry. Well, we can't say we weren't warned. Yes, you were. You were warned for years and years and years. And now the world is escalating into this crazy spiral of awfulness and greed and viciousness and war and terror and dehumanizing, and same as it ever was, except worse. When you ignore a problem, it just gets bigger. It doesn't go away. It's like a snowball rolling down a hill, becoming a giant thing that just squishes everybody in the whole town. They're all running for cover. No, sooner or later, the chickens come home to roost. So maybe they can come home from the slaughterhouse processing thing, and they can come home to roost one day. Why is the chickens coming home to roost? Why is that like a threatening thing? Well, the chickens came home to roost. Bob finally got smashed up in a car accident. I guess the chickens have come home to roost. Why? Another thing is bought the farm. Well, somebody bought the farm. Well, did they actually buy the farm, or did they inherit it from their parents and then die and the government gets it? But it doesn't make sense. There's so many of those sayings that make absolutely zero sense. We don't live in an age of logic. We live in an age of alternative facts. We live in a universe of deception. And we got some more plastics to recycle. in the bin. Yes, recycle those plastics all the way across the world and watch them be incinerated in a pile of toxic smoke that hovers over the local villagers who rummage through the dump to get the plastics before they burn so they can sell them. I don't know. It's just a horrible world we live in. It is. You can't deny it. You can ignore it for a while, but you can run on for a long time, but sooner or later, instant karma is going to blow your mind. And it is. It's just all of a sudden you go, oh, if I do this, it equals this. Well, let's not worry about it for another 50 years or so. We'll just keep building up the problem worse and worse, because science will solve the problem. It's amazing the absolute arrogance of humans, having knowledge without wisdom, which is like having a car with 3 wheels. These shows, they don't produce themselves. I'm here producing it entirely by myself with improvised equipment. And I keep going, and I keep going, and I keep going. And why do I keep going? I have no idea, but all I can say is that it's become a habit, and show prep is very important to me, because when you're doing creative excellence, you have to sort of prepare for your show. So usually I have a couple of large beers before I appear, and a couple of inhalation exercises that I've practiced in the past. And I feel like, oh, now I'm talkative. I can turn on the camera and say something really interesting, really world-shattering. And then it wears off and I go, okay, well, it's just another veg rant. And I put it up onto YouTube, and then I hope that I look the next day and I hope that there's a million comments. And there's never loads and loads of comments, even though I answer them all. I take the time. Like, I don't care how many comments are left. If you are going to post comments that, okay, they've got to at least have some coherency behind them. They've got to, you don't send me any little strange little runes or anything like that. That's creepy. I will, cross my heart, answer them. Why? Because that's what I get in exchange for creating these fabulous productions out of the goodness of my heart. And all I ask is that they be watched. But no, that's too much. That's too much for YouTube. Oh no, we'll bury you under the more important things. You ever look at the I don't know, maybe they should tailor the tubular universe to different age categories, because I look at what's trending and I go, I don't think I've ever watched a video from the trending thing, because mostly it's just, that's trending? Why? Who decided that? It's the evil algorithm. Algo thing, it's actually a very strange creature, and it's got heads, multiple heads, and it crawls all through the interwebs. It's terrifying. It's really oh, where was I? Oh yes, you really should subscribe if you're unsubscribed. And if you are subscribed, why do they ask you on YouTube after you've watched a video, did you like this video? I don't know. Well, how much did you dislike it? Well, I can't really remember watching it. Give it, out of these stars, how many stars would you give it? I don't know, maybe 3 stars. Why did you give it only 3 stars? Are you sorry you watched this? Seriously, this is one of the things that they send you. Like, they don't manipulate views or anything. They couldn't do that. They wouldn't be allowed, right? Yeah. Anyway, so it's just a game, and it's just a huge ball of accelerating crap flying through the internet, and it's just getting larger and larger and larger, and it's going to crush us all. It already is crushing me. It's breaking my heart. It's making me stay up at night. All this doom and gloom and everything. It's so I'll be ready. It's so I can kiss my ass goodbye and I'll be ready for it. And that's all. It's just I'm being accepting of reality. The people are afraid of what's going to happen. But I guess what's going to happen is what's going to happen, and you take it a day at a time. And it was a beautiful fall day today, and the leaves are starting to turn beautiful colors, except the oak tree in the front yard I have that turns last. It turns a beautiful, deep, almost a burgundy shade, and my heart sings with joy. Stay safe as possible. But why do people say that? Stay safe. Is that like I'm expecting the boogeyman to get me? Well, some sort of boogeyman's going to get all of us in the end. So maybe stay safe is like stay sane. Well, that doesn't work either, because sane people have gotten to us to where we are today. So stay kind, and I'll talk to you next Saturday, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Well, I won't talk to you. I'll schedule it for 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'll probably be, sleeping by then. And then I want to wake up and read all the nice comments. However, hope springs eternal. Hope is all we have left. Yes, hope. Our hopes and our dreams. What were they again? All those things that I used to care about. And thank you for coming by. Thank you for being some true friends over the years. Many of you I picture in my head. I'm probably wrong about what you look like. But the picture in my head's pretty cool, so you don't have to worry about that. Probably better than you actually look in real life, but it's just imagination is a great place to be. It's really something that we all lose as we become adults. We lose that sense of dreams and imaginations, and what if this is this way, and what if that was that way, instead of being the way it is. But it's always the way it is, and you just come up with an original idea and they say, that can't be done. Why? Because it's never been done before. So let's do things that have never been done before. If you think of any things that have never been done, then leave it down in the comments. So I'm thinking of putting together a prize pack in the event that within the next 10 years I will hit that 1,000th subscribers. And originally, a couple of years back, I offered a prize pack because of the way it was growing. I figured, well, I'll be at 1,000 next month. And I framed up a beautiful, beautiful cat fur ball from my beloved companions, and framed it, put glass in it and everything. But it kind of got a little dusty. So I decided to upgrade the prize pack, and I think I'm going to get some Vegematic t-shirts for free, just to give away for fun. Because I'm like that. I'm a nice guy. And in the spirit of anti-commercialism. So thank you, new subscribers. If you don't know what to make of this channel, don't make anything of it. It's just a channel out there in the ether, floating around.